Hey, what's up, everybody? Today, we're going to talk about who is going to be backing up Dak Prescott next season. Okay? Right now, the Cowboys only have two quarterbacks under contract on the roster: Dak Prescott and Tony Romo. Okay? So, right off the bat, this is getting serious. Cap mode time. You know how we do it, okay? Alright, so Tony Romo, the cap implications are real. They're big, and it's a lot of money out there. So we're talking about who's going to back up Dak Prescott, okay? There's discussions already going out there about keeping Tony Romo. Obviously, you would have to reduce his contract, and there would have to be some kind of discussion that he would be the backup, that there wouldn't be a competition. And for me, I just don't think that would be the way to go. It's a tricky thing, you know. There's a lot of sentimental memories with this. The player, he's done a lot for the team. There's no doubt he's a warrior, stand-up guy. But you know, the future's here. It's with Dak Prescott. I just don't know if you want to have that person over your shoulder. You know, Troy Aikman kind of went through this when he was early on in his career. Of course, it wasn't an established veteran or anything, but it was Steve Walsh. If you've seen Troy Aikman's timeline, A Football Life, he talks about this. You know, he talks about Steve Walsh there, and you know, the coaches, you know, weren't sure and this and that. And for me, I don't want Dak Prescott in that position. You know, it's time. It's time to move on fully. You know, yes, it would be good to have Romo there as a backup. Hopefully at a reduced rate. It would have to be at a reduced rate. You can't have a backup there for $14 million, whatever it is. It's a tricky thing, okay? So let's talk about this. Let's talk about who could, if it's not going to be Romo, who would be the backup for Dak Prescott? All right, Kellen Moore, he's a free agent. Mark Sanchez is a free agent, and Jamil Showers he's still on the team, but he's listed as a safety. So you're going to have to feel that Jamil Showers is probably not the answer there for the number 2 quarterback. Mark Sanchez, you know what you're going to get with him. If you need to win a couple of games during the season, he's not the answer. He didn't. I mean, he just wasn't good in New York with the Jets. He had some spot time there with the Eagles. Wheels fell off over there. We need a quarterback. Kellen Moore could be that guy. He was a presumed number 2 going into training camp. You know, everybody had him penciled in as the number 2. Prescott was number 3, and Showers was there 4. I really didn't have a shot at it. So, if the Cowboys still think that Kellen Moore would be a viable backup, then they'll probably re-sign him. But if they want to go after somebody else in free agency, that's also an option, but the pickings are slim. That's why the market for Tony Romo there should be a market for him. There really isn't any good free agent to be quarterback. Kirk Cousins from Washington, you have to believe that they're going to sign him to a long-term deal or franchise tag him. If not, you know, you could see him going to the 49ers. The other names, there aren't any names here. Geno Smith, nah, no good. Sean Hill, too old. Matt Schaub, too many pick sixes. He's no good. Matt Castle, we already know about him. Case Keenum, no. EJ Manuel, total bust. Blaine Gabbert, total bust. These guys don't win. None of these guys win. Okay? The only ones that are semi-decent to even possibly consider would be Matt Barkley 26. See what the Bears do. They might sign him. They might think that he's the future there with a draft pick. But he's gonna be a free agent. Mike Glennon is a name that has always been attached to the Cowboys as far as trades and getting another backup quarterback in here. Well, now he's gonna be a free agent, so maybe they get a deal and they take care of it and they bring Glennon here to be the number 2. Matt McGloin, another option, backup quarterback with the Raiders. He showed that he could win some games, but he's kind of lower tier. So for me, Mike Glennon would be the shot. I would go with Mike Glennon but if not him, you probably want to go ahead and stick with Kellen Moore. He's familiar with the system, and he's one of Linehan's guys. If you want to see him in camp again, see him move the offense. Assuming he is fully recovered from his foot injury, you have to believe that those would be the 2 best choices for me. Okay. Yeah, I would like Romo here, but it's just time to move on. So let's talk about this now. What do the Cowboys do with Tony Romo? Okay. What are they going to do with him? Are they going to trade him? Or are they going to release him? Is Romo going to retire? Those are the 3 most realistic options here. All right. For a trade, you want to get the most out of it. Obviously, full-blown first-round pick. You start high and then work down. You don't go into this saying, hey, we're going to trade him 5th round, 4th round pick. No, you don't do it like that. You got to go high, see if anybody bites. Look what they got for Sam Bradford. Hasn't won anything. They're giving this guy 2nd round, 1st round picks for this guy. He doesn't win. He's not any good. Romo, he wins. He's clutch. The only thing that is holding the value down is the health. But obviously it'll be a conditional pick. So a trade would be my first option. Okay. Yeah. You'll probably have to reduce the number, and it'll help out with the cap. Our cap hit. If you release him, it'll help out too. But you gotta. I don't think keeping Romo is a good option. You gotta get that cap relief. Okay. It's got to come from either the trade or the June 1st release. We got to have money to invest in the defense. Okay, we got guys that their windows are closing. Jason Witten, he's on the cusp here. He's got 1 year left on the contract. 2018, he's a free agent. Who knows if they're going to extend him? But his window is just about shut. Okay, Des Bryant, he's been with us for a while now. He's getting up there. He's coming up in the 30. You know how that is. The receivers, their performance starts going down just like running backs. They get over 30, 31, 32. His window is approaching. So we gotta take advantage of the cap savings with Romo. Getting that off the books. Invest in the defense, and it's gotta be a playmaker. They can't keep fiddling around with these guys hoping that they're going to turn into something. We need somebody proven, a playmaker. Chandler Jones, JPP. The 2 guys that come to mind, okay? And then build upon that move. If you go with the JPP, or if you get an Eric Berry, a safety, another big-time playmaker, leader back there in the secondary. But then you got to turn around, go into the draft and load up on the defense. We gotta get people here. We gotta keep going. We need to avoid what we've been doing. It's helped with the cap, getting it under control, but we fixed the offense. It's time to fix the defense, and Romo is a part of this puzzle here. He is a part of this puzzle. What we do with him is going to affect what we do in free agency and what we do in the draft. So I'm sure we'll start hearing some rumblings here, possibly as early as the Senior Bowl this week, when the scouts, GMs, and owners, they'll be out there. Definitely for the combine, usually when these rumors start ramping up. And then, of course, the spring owners meeting. That's when we start hearing about little trade rumors and, smoke. Where there's smoke, there's fire, that kind of thing. But, they're going to have something here by March 9th. So that's, by the time you know it, we'll be here. So we'll keep you abreast of all of the happenings and rumors and things that might happen here with Romo. But yeah, we gotta see what we're gonna do here for the Cowboys back at quarterback, and we gotta see what we're gonna do with Romo. Okay, so we'll be back with more discussion here during the week. We're gonna talk about the Senior Bowl here, practice. We're gonna start up here tomorrow, so we're gonna keep an eye on here on some of the players and report back with that. Okay. All right, so that's it for now.